All right, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakodash, the monster, the elders, and apostles, the great millstone who rule well, and was worthy to be counted for double honors and peace. And I tell you, true brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right, it's your brother Gabari from the Indianapolis camp. Come back again with another sit down to basically talk about knowing what is to be an Israelite. All right, so knowing what it means to be an Israelite is more than just putting on fringes, saying shalom, obeying the Sabbath, trying to follow the law to the best of your abilities. There's is more to it than that, man. You must also have faith, man. All right. You must also stand behind the things that you believe in. All right. It says in the book of Second Ezra, it says what it says they stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, which I'm gonna get that. It said they stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. All right. But that name, the word name goes back to the word reputation. All right, so that means that whatever the Lord was with, his elect was with, his guys was with it, man. All right, so it wasn't just about, oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, shalom. It went more deeper into that, man. They also had faith and believed in, man. That's why they stood stiffly for it, man, because everything Yahweh Shah represents is what they represent, man, is what embodied them. Okay, not just because it's face value, I don't eat pork because it causes diseases and it does this. It's not good for the body. It's not good for this. I mean, yeah, that's a carnal way of looking at it, but the more spiritual way of looking at it is because guess what? It was not commanded for us to do it. All right, that is the more spiritual way of looking at it, man. Because why? Because the Most High said so. Okay, because the Lord Yahweh Shah commanded us not to eat it. All right, now everything else, all those are just beneficial, and I'm not saying don't say them things, but I'm just saying, like, hey, those are all the carnal things. Oh, because it causes high blood pressure. Oh, because it causes gout. Oh, it's not good for the body. It can't digest. It has bacteria in it. Oh, those are all good things, but the ultimate reason why we don't eat it is because what? Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put it in His law that we were not supposed to eat that. All right, that is the reason why. All right, and you have to put that first and foremost. All right. You got some guys that just look at, oh, why do we wear fringes? Oh, we wear fringes because it represents the commandments and such. And I mean, I'm not saying, now, don't get me wrong. We do have reasons why we don't do the things. The Lord did provide us reasons. But at the end of the day, it's all because the Lord commanded us to do it, all right? Sometimes, guess what? The Lord the Lord has commandments in there where He doesn't need an explanation. He just says, hey, don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that, You got Jake always want to ask, always want an excuse for everything. Well, why? Why do I have to do this? Why do I do that? Why can't I get a line? I don't see what's wrong with it. I don't see the reason why I can't get it. Hey, some things don't need to be explained, man. Just be obedient, man. Just be obedient and listen. Okay. Now some things, the Lord does tell you, like, okay, you should do this because it's going to be a memorial unto you for this day, or you're going to do this. And it's going to be a memorial into this day, or you're going to do this because it's going to represent this, and when these people do that, then they shall look up, and then you shall remember this day, Now the Lord does give us remembrances, but 9 times out of 10 we do the things because why? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua commanded us to do it, man. All right, that should be our sole purpose. If your parents tell you to do something, do you ask, oh, well, why do I got to wash the dishes? Sometimes they ain't going to give you an explanation. They're just going to tell you to do it, and they expect it done, So that is embodied. That is the cold hard truth about being an Israelite, man. All right, is what, man. You have to be obedient to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Hey, you had some cases where you had some cases where you had some judges ask, cast out a lot, just to make sure, I just want to make sure, Lord, such. And then, matter of fact, you had Gideon. He did it 3 times, and he knew the Lord was gonna be hot. That's why he said, Lord, please have your please don't whack hot against me, or please don't get mad at me for doing this, because sometimes a parent doesn't want to keep repeating himself over and over and over. Yeah, you might follow the law. Yeah, you might do it, but guess what? Just do it because I said so, man. All right, just do it just because I said so. Okay. It says, Revelation chapter 14 and verse I'm going to start from 4. It says, and these are they which were not defiled by woman, for they are virgins. These are they which followed the Lamb whither he goeth. See, man? So guess what? That's why Yahweh Shai had to walk perfectly, man. Because if he had any error in his ways, guess what? That gave an excuse for his elect to have error. All right, and he had to walk perfectly. So guess what? It says, "Be ye perfect, for your Father in heaven is perfect," man. All right. So we have to walk. We have to try our best to be perfect. Even if the Lord didn't how can I say walk extremely perfect. You know, we can't even walk extremely perfect. So we will understand if he didn't. But guess what? He did. All right. Because guess what? He had to also be a sacrifice, man. He was a sacrifice unto Yahweh. He was a sacrifice unto Yahweh. So he had to be blameless, all right, without not one blemish. And what blemishes? What defiles a man? Sin, all right. But it says they follow the Lamb whither he goeth, which means what? Whatever Yahweh Shai, whatever the Lamb, Yahweh Shai, whatever he was about, that's what his men, his elect, is gonna be about, man. All right. It says these were redeemed from among men, being first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. All right. It says what? Being first fruits. So these were actually picked and chosen men. All right. Because why? Because they were they had the mind, body, and soul of Yahweh Shai, man. They didn't just do things face value. Oh, I'm gonna just do my video so I can get these people off my back. Or I'm gonna go out on the highways and byways so I can not get cussed out about it. You know, look at things carnal ways, man. Not looking through a spiritual. You know, because the Lord knows where your heart is at, man. All right. Are you doing these sit downs because what? You just want to get your 3 sit downs done so you won't have to hear nobody's mouth, or so the spirit won't, so you won't be feeling cut when the other apostle Har get on guys that's not doing their videos? Or are you actually doing it in the sincerity of it, man? Actually out there trying to edify the body, man. Actually putting your blood, sweat, and tears in these videos, man. Not just saying, oh, I'll talk about such and such and such. I'll talk about such and such. I'll talk about this. I'm gonna talk about this week, and so I can just get these 3 sit downs done, and that's it. You know. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. So I won't, have this on my, No, man. You're supposed to actually feel. You're supposed to actually be spiritually connected to this thing, man. Not just carnally, man. Not carnal wise. When I say carnal wise, I'm saying just going with the flow, going with the motion. Sit down, sit down, sit down, camp, sit down, sit down, sit down, camp, sit down, sit down, sit down, camp, live show, sit down, sit down, sit down, camp, Bible study, sit down, Bible study. That's just going with the motion, man. Actually be there, Actually put because you can tell a person that's just going through the motion versus a person that's actually putting his all into it, man. And that's what the Lord is looking for, man. The Lord is looking for the men that's putting their all into it, not just doing it just to do it, man. All right. Those guys are half-stepping to me, I don't see a person just to do it, I'm gonna do this, just to get by, not actually caring about the things they do, man. You can see a person, it's in their work ethics, man. You see a person work ethics. You'll see a person, oh, this person just did it just to do it. This person prepared a meal, a fast, quick meal, to just to eat today. This person actually dedicated. He set out stuff. He marinated certain meats. He got certain seasonings, and he actually put his heart into it. He probably had a girl he tried to impress. He probably had brothers that was coming over, and he actually wanted to really impress them to give him a satisfying meal. You can tell the difference between the works, man. All right. So don't be just that fly by night or that go with the flow type of person, man. Actually be connected to the Lord spiritually, man. All right. I said I was gonna get that in a second. There's this and Slacky. This is I'm gonna start from 43. It says, and in the midst of them was a young man of the high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. This 2 Ezra chapter 2 verse 44 now. It says, so I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered unto me and said, These be they that put off the mortal clothing and put on immortality, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive psalms. Then I said unto the angel, What young man is it that crowneth them? And he gave them psalms in their hands. So he answered and said unto them, It is the Son of Man, the Son of God, whom they have confessed in the world. They began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. All right. So what? He stood stiffly for their name, man. Which means what? They were unmovable. All right. They didn't just do it by They just didn't follow the laws just to follow them. No, they actually followed them in spirit and in truth. All right. They believed on them, man. All right. They actually believed on them. They put their all into it. You know, they actually understood it. You know, because guess what? A parrot and a monkey, they'll see something that they'll do, and they'll do it so long because actually become second nature to them. You know, they'll be doing something that, you know, if you've been doing this truth for a minute now, you actually find yourself just doing it just because it's second nature now. You know, not actually being spiritually connected to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, man. All right, you have to kind of, it's kind of like muscles, man. This is going to be a muscle memory at one point, man. You got to kind of confuse the muscle, man. You actually got to be spiritual with it. All right, you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and not being connected with it, man. Because that's not gonna build a spiritual that's not gonna build no spirituality with Yahweh Shai. All right, you gotta switch it up sometimes. All right, so. You know, that's all I basically had. I hope, Lord willing, I hope this video was edifying for you brothers out there and you potential elect. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, Shem Rakakodash, and Shalom to the elect. Shalom.